everybody, and welcome back to Heidi's house. This is your host, Queen Bee Heidi B. And today's featured guest is Jonathan from Ladies on Mars. I'm so excited to hear more about his house music and music journey. So, are you ready? Then let's go. Welcome! We have Jonathan from Ladies on Mars at Heidi's house.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Heidi. Thank you so much for having me your podcast. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
We are so happy and grateful for having you as our featured guest and sharing about your music journey, on your house music journey, and we'll take a snapshot kind of look into your artist story and into your brand and musical influences and so on. And then in the end, I hope that invites people to find out more about you and your amazing music that you are doing and everything that you are doing in the music
Thank you so
scene.
much. Thank you so much. And I hope so.
Yes, definitely. And as you know, this is a snapshot kind of interview, so I'm gonna go straight ahead, very bluntly to the first question.
Okay.
So,
Give me the shot.
yes, Jonathan, would you tell us who is Ladies on Mars?
Well, Ladies on Mars is a project I started 20 years ago because I would like to, I'm very creative and I always like the space and that kind of things. Original when I start producing like Ladies on Mars, my music was techno music and minimal. So minimal and techno has that galactic sound and futuristic sound, and in that for that reason I started Ladies on Mars because it was something from another space, the sound, and then 10 years later, I decided to change the sound for, new disco. But I, I'm more producer than DJ because I start in the business like a producer. But
Yes.
then, for consequence, was DJ.
Yeah, that's very exciting. I'm thinking the transition from the techno to disco and house is somewhere there in between, having, of course, very strong roots in disco, but also very strong connection to techno and so forth. So that must be very exciting place for you to make your productions and creations somehow.
Yes, yes. And I made in the beginning, I made techno, some a little of progressive, trance, drum and bass. I made a lot of things. So
Mhm.
if you see me or listen me playing like this, and you can find in my mix uh, a techno part
Yes,
because
yes.
because in my mix the bass line never stop. I don't like that when you mix one track with another, the bass stop. I would like to integrate all the tracks together, um, telling a story.
Yes, sounds wonderful, and I completely resonate with that telling of story element, especially in a DJing. Really,
Mm.
that what is kind of exciting for me personally as well. That I try to kind of create the atmosphere and tell stories. So I'm very much resonating with you on that, and I can hear that also in your mixes. Actually, it
Thank
is
you.
a nice, lovely journey that just forces me to dance.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's not the idea to put one hit to another hit. I don't like that.
Mhm.
I prefer to take the people and give them a ride, like a story, like they are in a space mountain, and that kind of things. And and also I love the B side. I'm more
Yes,
fan from the B side tracks than the hits.
yes, yes. Now, I'm gonna go a little bit more back to the early
Okay.
years of your musical career and you, Jonathan, behind the Ladies of on Mars and all those productions. When did you notice that you have a desire and drive to do music? When did that dawn onto you?
Okay. Well, I'm a big fan of Michael Jackson for
Mhm.
when I have 4 years. So I have a big collection of all his music and the Jackson 5, I'm a collector. And in the 90s, when I have my first stereo, I start to, Michael Jackson released an album for between 4 years of difference. So for me, when I was a teenager, I only listened Michael Jackson. So what can I do to have other version from Michael Jackson? So
Yeah.
for that reason, I decide to make my own mixes with cassettes of the tracks.
Mm.
So I think that was the first time I I started making music, and I'm very creative. I always draw and draw very well, and I decided to change drawing for making music because I don't remember the year, but I think when I have 21, I was studying in the university. I was studying industrial design, and I I don't and I remember that time when I tried to see my future as an industrial designer. I don't see it. So I see it making music and not design. So for that reason, I think I uh, changed my life for a better way, of course. And because I think with music, I can express 10% myself. And drawing, yes, I can, but it's something like 99%. So
Yeah.
for me, music is everything because I draw my old covers. I create my logo. So I use with music. I use everything, music and drawing.
Absolutely true. You can implement everything that all that creativity that you have within that framework. And I'm very
Yes,
glad that you chose to listen to your inner desire and passion towards the music because it is quite often that many of us we have those kind of artistic tendencies, but it takes quite a lot of bravery to really to listen to it and start to take actions to that direction, and we are all happy that you did, and which has
thanks.
led you to this musical journey of creativity that we can now enjoy. And I have to say that Michael Jackson is one of the earliest influences of mine as well.
Wow.
uh, I was listening to Thriller and Off the Wall albums like on rotation because they are just
Yes.
magnificent, really master.
Yes. Yes. Dangerous too. Is for me, Dangerous is an amazing production.
Yeah,
It's
true,
a great
true.
album too.
All of them,
All of them.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that kind of, I think, builds a natural connection to those disco vibes that you have in your own productions because there's a lot of course disco elements as well in those
Yes.
some of those tracks that he released. Uh, so, you told us a bit about your influences, Michael Jackson being the greatest one. Now, what are the other artists that have influenced your music
Well,
and sound?
well, you can't believe it, but Dark Child, the producer, was one of my first big producers that was my hero, when I was teenager. I think I love what Dark Child did with Destiny Child, in the end of the 90s. And that sounds hypnotized me. And I also love sometimes in the beginning of Trentemolar, and also in the same year, I think Taiga a little, and of course Quincy Jones for me was my heroes in productions. Well, of course, I love what Purple Disco Machine make because it's one of my new heroes. Because
Yeah.
when I listened the first time, I think 10 years ago, uh, blow my mind. It was wow. What is this sound? And I love it. And I think, okay, I need to listen this music, and
Yeah.
then listen a lot of Purple Disco Machine music, and something like deep funk style. You say, oh, I think I want to do this. So what was a change in 10 years ago, something like that?
Yes. And what you just said is so important, I think, as an artist or as a music producer or DJ, or to whoever who is enjoying the music, is to really listen various kind of styles and be open to different kind of genres and explore and really like you get to feel that what is vibing and resonating with you, and we can learn so much by just listening, because the ears
Yeah.
are the main thing that you need in this kind of thing called music and music production and everything else there. So super important point that you
Well,
mentioned there.
well, when I was young, I buy CDs, and what I love from CDs and vinyls is that you can see the credits. So you like a song, say, oh, who produced it? I always look who is producing that song. So, and I see that, oh, it's the same producer that I like from the other artist and the other song. So, you know, you can make connection. Now with the streaming, nobody cares the credit.
It's true, by the way. And somehow, do you have the same? I'm seeing Donna Summer's,
Yeah,
album covers there and so on. Back in the days, it was really a big deal to own vinyl or CD, because it was all about that experience, the music,
yeah,
the artwork, the credits, everything. It was somehow giving much more value, I think, to
yeah,
the music compared
yeah.
to
The picture
today.
inside the book,
Yeah,
everything.
everything.
A
Yes,
concept.
it is a concept truly, and I do hope that people still also believe in that and want to invest on that side of the thing, because it's really like blending all of the different art forms into
Mm.
this kind of concept thinking that then gives experience, beautiful experience for the receiver as
Yes, of course.
well.
Yeah.
um all right, then let's go to your DJing career. What got you to DJing?
Sorry.
What got you to DJing?
Uh, when I started DJing, I start playing with Ableton Live because
Mhm.
when I played, I started playing techno, as I told you before, and I played with Ableton live techno, so more than 14 channels. So a lot of channels, sometimes
Yeah.
4 channels for the bass line and 10 for the drums and 8 for synthesizers and 3 for vocals, and that kind of thing, and create music live. So for a lot of time playing in that way, till I finally changed 10% to the new disco sound that I used in the beginning to play with Tableton, but more like a DJ, 2 tracks with tracks, and maybe 3 or 4 tracks more with tools. And then finally, 2 years ago, I decided to play with CDJ and record box. So I don't play anymore with Tableton, but I would like to make a live experience with Tableton, playing my own tracks in live versions, So I was thinking to do it maybe next year, and to create something different and play in different way. So well, I need to think how we'll do it, but it's my idea.
Wonderful. We look forward to that, and that's very exciting. Now, if you think about your DJing sets, how would you describe what are the elements that must be there in your sets? Musical elements.
My music, of course. My music has to be in my set, and always disco elements. Always. Sometimes Italo disco too, because I love Italo disco too, and definitely a pop vibe. Because I'm a pop fan, so I'm Michael Jackson fan, so I need something pop that catch me. But also in the set has to have in some part or in some way something techno, because I need in that part of the set, something like, okay, I need to dance like a crazy. For that reason, I feel love from Donna Summer, because it's something like, and I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a mix. My set is very a mix.
It's a beautiful mix, and once again a beautiful reflection of you and what you stand for, and it figures why it is so, hearing from your musical roots and backgrounds. Now, since you know that this is a podcast that is focusing on house music and DJing culture, now what would you say about your favorite house tracks or producers? Who do you prefer to listen when it comes to the house tracks? What kind of house?
Mouse T, of course. I love Mouse T. And David Penn, I like the sound of David Penn. And also, I love Kasim.
Yeah.
That are the tricks, DJ producers I like to hear.
Beautiful. And again, fits very well to the vibes that you are bringing forward in your mixes and in your music.
Yes.
People,
because sometimes I play tracks of them.
Exactly. So people, if you don't know about music of these artists and producers mentioned there, go and check them out.
Yes. Yeah, very good.
Unbelievably good. Now, then you do so many things, Jonathan. So I'm gonna jump now to a next section.
Okay.
Tell us about Fever Ball.
Okay.
When did it start, and what is the background?
I think 5 years ago, before the pandemic. I started the idea of the radio show and label. Was a friend of mine that told me, I want that had a radio in the south of Argentina, in the city named San Martín de los Andes in the Patagonia, and told me, I want to give you a slot to you on my radio, so you had your own show. So he gave me 2 hours, and I think, oh, 2 hours is a lot to do for me, 2 hours per week. So, and I create the concept of fever ball because it's fever of disco ball. That's the
Yeah.
idea. So I mix that both sounds, and also I make a research to don't have anybody that name. And I love it. Well, in the beginning, I start the radio show with my friend Gus Fastuca because it was too much, 2 hours for me. And I asked him if he would like to do it with me, and he said yes. So in the beginning, I think 2 or 3 years, I don't remember, was me and Gustavo Fastuca in the radio, and the label only me. Yes, and the label start because I had the necessity to make to have the 10% control of the artist, because some labels say, okay, but change this, okay, but the graphic is this, and you can change graphic. So I said, okay, I need my own label to do all my creativity,
Yeah.
to make all my creativity by myself, and nobody say, don't do that.
Yes.
So yeah, and I start Furor for the idea. The first in the beginning was only released by myself, and then some other producers uh, want to release on my label. So well, and then more than 5 years of Fearball that is in 20 radios around the world. Well, I'm so excited, and I want to do more, of course.
That's so amazing, and I'm so very, very happy of that, and very proud of you and all of the effort that you had done. And by the way,
Yes,
I've always thought the logo you probably have designed it by yourself, right?
yes, I
It's
designed it by myself.
amazing. It's catchy, and it really stands out in a beautiful way. And I love the fact that how it really evolved from that concept, the radio concept, into the record label, and it has been, growing and growing and expanding, and really quality music that you put out. And
Thank
now I'm gonna come to the recent present moment
you.
now.
Okay.
And and I know that there's a new album out. Could you tell us a little bit about what is
Yes,
going
yes.
on with the
Mm,
Fever Ball?
yeah, I knew my first album on Feverball is my first new disco album, because my other albums are techno. And this is the name is Welcome to Discoland. Yeah, because it's all the tracks is 40 tracks are inspired by some samples, and other I write it by myself, and also I sing in some tracks and do all the music. And for that reason, it's like a journey with different styles of disco music for me. So
Yeah,
it's yeah, I was working in the album for 2 years or a little more. And the idea was to release it the last year, but well, I have a family problems. My dad broke his legs. I don't know how to say. And the last year, well, this year, my dad died in April, and my mom died in July, and I
yeah,
had it two surgery in July, so it was a very very
right.
complicated year for
Yes,
me.
hardship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm living on my parents' house, so
Mhm.
and a lot of change. But well, I need to release the album. I try to do my best because I'm also working in a second new disco album, so I need to,
Yeah.
and also I working with Martina Bude in a album we are making together that is named Dualism, and I think will be released next year because I think I have one track to finish only, and we are very, very excited because it's a mix of her sound and my sound, and it's something that she's more house, I'm more new disco, and the album will be more soulful house. So it's
Yeah.
very, very interesting, and all tracks are originals, and wow, they sound amazing, and I'm
Yes.
sure you will love it.
I am sure, and once again, shout out to Martina. She makes amazing music productions,
Yes,
and I can just imagine that really those sounds, just like you said, combined, will be a wonderful, wonderful blend
yes,
together. And I'm
yes,
sending you,
and she's so lovely as a person. We have
yeah,
a really nice friendship. And she's from Germany and from Argentina, but every time we chat or video message or something, she's great. She's great. I really love to work with her.
yes. And we can't wait to hear the outcomes. I know that I just know that I'm gonna play some of that material in my future sets for sure. And
Yeah, but in the middle time, you can hear my new disco. Welcome to Discoland.
exactly, and one of my favorite is really the Discoland. I included
Oh,
it to
really?
my, yeah, to my
Oh,
sets as well. It's wonderful. It has this kind of
well,
disco funky, and you
I'm
are the vocals, I think.
I sing that vocals,
Yeah.
but I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer. But yeah,
That's
I like
good.
to use my voice.
It was really nice and funky and disco-y. So, people, please go and
Thank you.
get it. I have heard the whole album, and it is golden. It has remakes of some of the disco era classics and everything, new material, everything, and new, really like new take on those classics, fresh take, and it's very playable and versatile, I think, in many ways. You can listen to it, you can dance to it, you can vibe to it. It's very, very lovely album
Thank
as
you.
it is. Very beautiful job, and thinking that what you just shared, that you undergoing all of those very big hardships in your life and still keeping working on your music and being able to produce something beautiful like that, it tells a lot about you.
Thank
And
you. Thank you. Yeah, I try. It's a way at the same time to a gift for my parents,
yeah.
because the life is hard, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So we need to keep living this beautiful life. And well, I remember them with all the best. And yeah, the music is the best I have, and my husband, of course. Music saved my life.
Mhm. Music is very healing, and it's
Yes,
really helping us to cope and deal. And sometimes we don't have the words to express ourselves, but we can have the music instead.
yes, yes. Well,
Very
you know exactly because you are a singer, so you know what I mean.
a little bit. I know about that side. Now, Jonathan, our interview time is coming to end, and I could talk with you for hours, I think, about the
Yeah,
music
me too.
and music. but um, but I would like to ask two more quick questions. First of
Okay.
all, what would be your definition of house music? How would you define it, or what is it for you?
Oh, for me, it's happiness.
Mhm.
For me, house music, disco music is so similar. So the only difference for me is the hi hat,
Yeah,
because in the house hi hat for
yes.
me is, but I love both.
Mm.
For me it's happiness.
Beautifully stated. I have to agree with that definition. I'm for that as well. Now, if somebody wants to know more about you and your music, where can they find you in social media?
Well, in everywhere, they can find me on my website, www.ladiesonmars.com, or on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, whatever, as Ladies on Mars.
Wonderful. I sent
And
you,
and they can write me, and I always reply any message.
yes, yes, you are very, communicative, and it was very lovely to be connected with you as well, personally. And I felt
Thank you.
good vibes immediately from the first moment on. And I think that comes through in your music as well. Now,
Thank you.
I thank you for this interview, and I'm sending you lots of love from Helsinki, Finland to Argentina.
Oh, thank you.
Mwah,
Thank you
mwah.
so much.
Most welcome. All right, then bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you so much for the interview. And I hope all the listeners and watchers that love my new album, Welcome to Discoland. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Welcome to Discoland. Okay.